Yeah. 8 minutes. Sorry, I got the speakers on. I'll turn it down. Chip, chip. Yeah. It's hot. Sorry about the hotness. Like, I'm sorry it's hot, but yeah. It's all hot and everybody's bing banging the whatchamacallits. Oh, that's cool. And I don't get it. I'm like, look, man. I mean, I guess a lot of people have dogs. I don't understand how. Whatever. 7 minutes. Oh man. I'm gonna have to turn down the AC, but it's so hot. It is so hot. At this time of the day, the sun is beaming on my glass door. That's why I need to put some insulation or something on. I don't know. I need to put a cover, shade roof. That's what I need. Anyway, doesn't matter. This song is over now. Yep. Oh, fast forward. I'm supposed to take that one off, and I did not. I've been in here for a long time working on my video. So, 4 minutes. Giant slices. I had 2 giant slices of pie de apple. De apple. I don't know how to say apple in Spanish. Pretty sure I learned it, but who keeps knowledge in their brains? You know what? I think I'm gonna take this track. All the tracks that I gave to people that they didn't use, I'm gonna take them and make a super dope fly album out of it, just to show them, just to tell everybody that you could take something, sorry I'm blowing it out, and make it beautiful. 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm leaving the AC on high blast. Is that a word? Is that a phrasing? Who knows? But I'm leaving it there because I can't stand the rain. Master Wine. Hello, I'm Michael Caine and Master Wine, and you should listen to. Okay. Thanks, Mike. I mean, Sir Michael, are you a knight? I'm not a. I am. I don't remember. Okay, thank you, Michael Caine. You're the best. See you later. Oh, there's Tony. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Hey there. I'm Anthony Fauci. And yes, Anthony Fauci. All you guys out there, you gotta understand. I'm Anthony Fauci. Yeah, okay. You're not saying it. Listen, I'm Anthony Fauci. Go buy yourselves the video game device and play with your fingers. And then make sure you stretch between every chapter of the book game so that wow, they're really doing those fireworks out. That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. They're all live. It's like M80s and stuff. It's really crazy. Dr. Fauci. Yeah. Let me tell you something. When I was a little kid over in Brooklyn, I would go there with my buddy Sal, and we would go down to the fish market, and then we would take a little firecracker, and we would put it in the little minnow, and then we light it and run it, and then we would call it fish bang. I'm Anthony Fauci. I'll see you later. Perfect. Hello, everybody. Hello. It is the Electron Bandit celebrates having a day off show. Yeah, still don't have a title, but I think it will organically grow into a title. Will organically grow. I mean, who needs marketing? And okay, everybody needs marketing, but who really needs to try so hard? I don't believe in trying hard. I believe in doing hard. Is that the same thing? I don't know. If you want to be part of the show, you can go to a couple places. I got a Twitch, Electron Bandit on Twitch. If you don't know what Twitch is and don't know how to go and get to, I'm not going to tell you how. If you don't know about Twitch, then you got to sign up and you're not even good. You be like, what? I gotta no. Also on YouTube. I think everybody knows about YouTube. Electron Bandit on YouTube. You go to the channel, Electron Bandit, all one. I think just one word, two words. To spell it, I'm the only one. I'm the only Electron Bandit on YouTube. I think. Channel. Anyway, or Facebook, which is just Lord SG, which is for all my friends out there who know who I am, who have me friended. Then you know who I is. You can just, I'm there too, because it breaks every week. I fix it every week. Hey, look, sometimes I'm like, forget YouTube, I don't care. And then they fix it, or no, I fix it because YouTube be tripping. Move this over a little bit. Move it over a little bit. Man, it's hot. Today is like 1,000 million degrees up in here. Okay. Alright. So, happy 4th of July, whatever. The more I think about holidays. Okay, let me take that off. I can't. My ears are sweating. Ugh. The more I think about holidays. For instance, Martin Luther King Day. Why do we have Martin Luther King Day? Why? Because they freaking assassinated him. That's why. If they didn't kill Martin Luther King in whatever year it was, 60 something, there would be no Martin Luther King Day. we celebrate the 4th of July, independence from the British, right? But who was really freeing themselves? They just legalized, they just made Juneteenth a holiday this year in 2021. Not 200, 100 and however long old this country, 100 and something years ago. This year. Now we have a day to celebrate one of the most giant things, which is freeing of the slaves. It's one of the most contentious things about America. Yeah, the world looks at America as I don't know what they look at America as now. Before it was like, oh, my dog is tripping. Before it was like, oh man, France likes us. My puppy dog is all the fireworks are going crazy and he's tripping. He's got his blanket and he's like, I don't like it. Yeah, so. And it wouldn't be better over here and here because this is not as soundproof as the house is. So, but yeah, he'd be tripping more in here because it's like no place to hide. Anyway, tangents. Juneteenth just happened. I'm like, yay. It's a little late. Better late than never. No, it's not. It's not better late than never. It's messed up that it took 100 and something years to happen. I mean, the fact that it doesn't. I don't know how giving a day off for a special occasion or something historic, something that means something for society, actually affects society. I don't think it does. Rich people are going to be rich. That's one. Okay, now I'm not saying all rich people are evil, but I'm saying some evil people are rich. So the evil rich people are always going to be there too, until we as a species evolve to a point where things like capitalism and materialism and all the isms, imperialism, all the isms, just those three. Well, there's more than just those, but those three for an example, kind of go away. You know, it's like, okay, it's not really about money anymore. It's really about everybody putting in a little bit of work. You know, if you're unable physically or mentally, whatever, then that's fine. Then you can do something else, but you can't be just lazy. That's a lot of the people's mentality in this country. Especially the older generation. Look at me. I'm not that old. The older generation past me. They're like, man, that lazy bum, go get a job. Or look at all them fat people, go lose some weight. I'm like, you know, first, you don't know the circumstances. You know, second, if they eat too many, you know, junky foods and sugars, then sure, change your diet, live better, whatever. But I think now, I don't know if it's now more than ever, but because of, you know, social media, I see, everybody's working out, son. Like, yo, check it. I just found a channel where these two dudes, they're workout dudes, and they do, like, it's kind of a comedy channel, kind of. They, like, impersonate Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone from the 80s. And then they have a guy do a deep fake, and they look just like, and they kind of sound like him. I was like, oh, that's all right. I think their video's a little too long, but yeah, it's interesting. I was like, okay, but they're giant muscle guys. You know, a lot of females working out. It's all good. You know, is that because of social media that I'm seeing it more? Probably. You know, because I don't live next to Venice Beach, and I don't like look out my window and see all the muscle people, Muscle Beach. You know what I mean? I don't see that. It's too hot in Florida to be outside. All the gyms are inside. Ain't no outside gyms in Florida. I mean, you got the beach, but you get hot, you jump in the water, and you dodge some sharks. Then you jump out, you cool out, and you heat up, jump back in, get pulled out by the riptide. Be like, oops, hope I don't drown. I used to swim in the ocean. It's great too, because all of the, you know, not the electrolytes, but It's, I think it's like negative ion. It's something in the water and the salt too. It's just good for your skin, and it just like it like charges you up like. Ah! And then I keep seeing all these like, well, before it was helicopter footage, but then there's like drone footage of just sharks everywhere. I'm like, yeah, nah, that ding dip, that zip, take that off the list of recreational activities. Nope. This one dude was fishing, right? He was just in like knee deep water, fishing in the ocean. I'm fishing. And a school of stingrays swam through and around him. And he had no idea. He was just, I'm fishing. This is great. Oh, man. And they were like, zip, zoop, zip, zip, zoop. And I'm like, you know, stingray. I mean, stingrays are small, you know, they're like, but listen, I don't want to go down that dark path, but don't mess with a stingray. That's all I'm saying, because they got weapons. Manta ray, that's a totally different beast. It's giant. It looks like it can eat you up, but look, they're gentle giants. I love them. Manta rays and whale sharks. I was about to say they could get it, but I'm just saying they are my favorite ocean beasts. Not including whales. I guess I'll say fish. As far as fish go, manta rays and whale sharks. Whale shark number 1, manta ray number 2, depending on the day. Anyway, speaking of, I guess, current events or whatever. Homegirl, what's her name? I forgot her name, but she got disqualified from the Olympics because she had weed in the system. I'm not watching the Olympics this year. F the Olympics. I'm tired of bureaucracy. I can't even talk. This is supposed to be a day of celebration for some people. I'm tired of the bureaucracies of all these freaking entities and councils and boards and whatever. Go test everybody. Go test everybody for real. Just before they go to run or jump or swim or do whatever they're gonna do in the Olympics, and see how many of them get disqualified. It's some bullshit, man. It's some bullshit. And they say, oh yeah, marijuana is a performance enhancing. I'm like, huh? How? Okay, explain to me how that works. Explain to me how marijuana that she smoked, I don't know how long ago, is performance enhancing. Explain that. They're not gonna explain it. It's just a stigma. It's like, oh, it's the wacky weed. It's the marijuana. Remember, it's all the same bullshit and propaganda that they posted up back in the day. You know, to get all the brothers and sisters locked up. There's still people in jail locked up for marijuana possession, even though it's legal in the state they got locked up in. I just can't. I can't. This is why I be like, video games, F the world, y'all crazy. I don't know why I'm a human. Why am I here? Why y'all stupid? There's so many stupid humans on this planet. I know I'm dumb, but I don't have the power to affect the world and ruin it. I'm just a little dumb guy on the side. Blah, blah, blah. That's me. But these guys like, I'm rich, I got power, let's build a wall. I'm like, you gonna pay for it? Because if I gotta pay for it, then I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna just if you gave me a choice and said we're gonna build a wall between the United States and Mexico, and that's because so safety, and I'm be like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And then you're gonna pay for it because you live in America and that's what your taxes are for. I'm like, no, I'm not paying for it. He tried to lie, like, yeah, Mexico is gonna pay for it. Like, yeah, nah, they didn't pay for it. guess what? They didn't pay for it. So I swear. And then it's like stuff like that happens. You know, your boy lie, Sony lie, but you know what? Doesn't matter because they're bigger. They're too big to tell the truth. I don't know what the. They're too big to fail is what it was, but Sony's not too big to fail. You look at what they have, right? They got what insurance company? Who cares about that? Nobody cares about that. They do because that makes them like a lot of money. But they got PlayStation, right? Honestly, if PlayStation went out of business tomorrow, the world would be alright. Video games would be alright. The Intellivision Amico would probably blow up and take his place. Yo, Tommy Tallarico, yo, I'm just saying, yo, holla at your boy. I'll do, you do music, I do music too. So I spit a Intellivision rhyme for you, son. Maybe I should do that just to have fun. I mean, cause why are we here? To pop off some fireworks and eat some steaks and burgers? Sure, on one day, a couple days in the summer. But honestly, every day to have fun. If you can. Even in your darkest day, if you can have a little laugh, giggle, fun or something, that's what's up. So, maybe I should write a little song for Tommy Tallarico. He'd probably be like, ew, that sucks. I'm a way better musician than you. Get out of here, you amateur. I don't know why he sounds like that. He doesn't sound like that. And I'm like, you hurt my feelings, Tommy. Look at what I'm gonna put on. I'll put on social media. I'll put on Twitter. Look what Tommy Tallarico said to me. He's very not nice. I'm only 12 years old. In my mind, I'm a mentally 12-year-old. Well, how old could I pretend to be mentally? There's a test for that. Isn't there a age test? Like if you take a test? I think I'm too angry. No, that's not true. There's some angry kids out there. When they learn early about how the world works, yeah, there's some angry kids. I learned at 16. That's too late. That's too late. I'm gonna be like, yo, when your son or daughter, I say it's more important for the son because females have more. I guess because they start earlier, they have a little bit more insight into reality. Let's just say that. But the boys is just like, good. You know, just stumbling through the teenage years. So I would say 12 years old, all the male boys, all the boys, get learned. You learn them kids. Be like, yo, this is how the world works. A lot of politicians are evil. They just do it for the money. Then the kids are like, well, what do you mean they do it for the money? Don't they want to pass the laws to make people? Okay, first of all, 12-year-old doesn't talk like that. Don't they want to pass laws and make the people happy and make the neighborhood safe and stuff? Yeah, they say that, but nah. It's really just about the money. And then there are other people who just want to put other people in jail because of the money. And money, power, money, power, money, power. Money and power. There should be a class. Is there a course in high school called Money and Power? How politics, how the world works? That sounds like a college class. But honestly, it should be taught in high school. Just like taxes should be taught in high school. Who knows how to do taxes when they leave high school and go to college? Nobody knows how. That's why you go to H&R Block and you give them $100 or something or whatever it is, $150, and then they do your taxes. Because it's like, you try to do it on the computer yourself, and then you miss a line, you skip a digit or something, then IRS is after you. I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff. It's dumb. I will talk about Sony because they trying to act like, we don't just go out and buy just stuff. Oh, we don't do that. No. We form. We organically morph and shape the relationship between these studios. Yes, that's what we do, and we shape them. And then they're ready. And then, I mean, they only make PlayStation games, so I mean, and then we buy them, and then we acquire them. No, that's not how it happened. I mean, okay, this is the Housemarque. Sony acquired Housemarque, right? And here's the thing. Destin Legary put out a video about that, or he did a tweet or something. And everybody jumped down his back. I'm like, what was wrong with what he said? That's what they did. They acquired him, right? Am I mistaken in that? That's what happened. I'm not pulling it up because I'm lazy, but so I don't know why. And he had to apologize. Ooh, I'm gonna take the L for this. I'm like, why? What was the? I don't even know what happened. Why is he taking the L? Because language? Because he said, oh, they acquired him, instead of what? They didn't have them before and then they were acquired. I don't see, whatever. But, so, thank you, Dave Preach. The thing I don't quite get is people, well, first of all, there's some Pegasi out there. They were trying to, if you guys don't know, Pegasus is the new Sony. Pegasus is the new pony. It's the evolution of the pony. It's like Pokemon. You get a pony, you get a Pegasus, and then I don't know what's after that. Flaming Pegasus? Is there a Phoenix Pegasus, or maybe the Chimera doesn't have wings, does it? Was it? Is it the Sphinx have? That's Sphinx. Which one has the Griffin? It's the Griffin. Next one is the Griffin. Even though it's not a pony. No, that's like a lion with a bird head and wings. That's not even close. Clydesdale? Nah, that would be the second, wouldn't it? Isn't there? There's a bigger horse than a Clydesdale. I just learned that like this year. I'm like, really? I saw it. I was like, yeah. That's a big horse. Anyway. The acquisition of Housemarque. Is that a good buy? I mean, sure. Here's the thing. Nobody's talking about it. Right? Nobody's talking about how much they paid. See, here's the thing that I don't get. Sony's like, yo, check out our numbers. We selling this. We said we got numbers. Here's all the numbers. This is how many we sell. We selling these many consoles. Numbers, right? But when they go buy somebody, it's like, we bought them. That's it. But what about the numbers? Where the numbers at, Sony? No. They're part of the family now. Now they're part of the family. So that's all that matters. Goodbye. Close the blog, because that's where they put all the news, because it's like PlayStation blog is so huge. That's all we need. There's some Pegasi out there who think that the Housemarque acquisition by Sony is bigger than the ZeniMax acquisition by Microsoft. I don't need to say that again, because it's just so preposterous. First of all, Microsoft pulled out their giant phallic member, their penis, and slapped it on there, blah, shaking everything shaking. And they say, yeah, we just spent $7.5 billion on stuff. You know, we had some change left over in the couch. And, you know, we just bought a whole freaking 8 studios in the publishing arm of... That's all we did. Meanwhile, Sony's over here like, yeah, we just bought an indie studio. And we ain't going to tell you how much, because it's going to look like peanuts. It's going to look like peanuts compared to what Microsoft paid for ZeniMax. Excuse me. Just imagine this. Sony paid, 200 something, let's just round it up, $300 million for Insomniac, which is a full-fledged AAA, all right, they do some good stuff studio, right? How much is Discount Housemarque gonna, how much? Discount Housemarque. How much they gonna charge? How much did that cost? Housemarque was on the clearance aisle. Sony's like, I'll get that. Bloop. Let me get this other one, Jibby Drabby, whatever it's called. We need some PC ports. Let's do that. Bloop. And now they got those two, right? And it's like, oh, now the ponies, now the Pegasi, they got some meat. They got something to talk about. Oh, we got doop. I'm like, yeah, okay. What you gonna get? Returnal 2? What you gonna get? The PC port of Returnal? Because that's what that other studio do. So, Sony's setting it up for all y'all Pegasi out there to be crying no more. Do. I forgot the words of that song. It's a good song though. So they're setting it up, and it's like they're not making dumb moves, it's smart moves, right? It's like, oh, they've been making PlayStation games, they're pretty good, blah blah blah, let's pick them up for a discount. Then they picked up the PC port company because they're making PC ports of all their games, so they don't have to take away from the PlayStation ports from 4 to 5. Sorry about that. I mean, look, this is the reality that we live in. PlayStation 5 is gonna have PlayStation 4 cross-gen games until 2024. Period. That's it, and that's all. Next year, cross-gen across the board. The biggest bangers on PlayStation are gonna be on the PlayStation 4. That seems like tier time. What is that? Oh, that's this, huh? I fixed it. That seems like tier time for the Pegasi. It's like, yo, if I was a pan boy, if I was a Pegasi boy, if I was a Sony fanboy, if I was a Pegasi, I would be highly upset at this notion, at the prospect of all my bangers is gonna be last gen 2, held back by almost 10-year-old technology. It actually is 10-year-old technology, but the consoles didn't come out until 2013. So, honestly, it's going to be 10 years before you're going to get an actual PlayStation 5 for real game. Ratchet & Clank barely counts because, honestly, if they really wanted it to be on PlayStation 4, they can make it happen. They acting like, oh, they can't. No. That game could be on PlayStation 4. They have to do some little magic with the loading time stuff, but that's it. That's the only thing that separates it. And the resolution will be lower, of course. And less particle, less sprites on the screen. Remember that? Remember sprites? But man, I mean, it's like, yeah. So we have Housemarque now, and we're going to make. I mean, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna build that team up to have more than one team? That doesn't sound. I mean, okay. That's one way to do it, but that's not how they roll because it's Housemarque. They make one type of game. They make bullet hell shooters. That's what they make. Returnal is a bullet hell shooter that is charading as a rogue light. No, sorry. Roguelike. Excuse me. Okay, just now that game looks too nice to be downgraded PS4. That game looks beautiful. What's up, guy Judo? Appreciate you dropping in. No. I'm not saying yes, it looks beautiful on PS5. Of course it does, because it's the PS5. But what I'm saying is they can make it work. The fundamental game can work on the PlayStation 4. If you turn off ray tracing, if you do all these things, cap it at 30, pull up some of the particle effects, less particle effects, and there's tricks. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I mean, Insomniac uses smoke and mirrors. Let's be real. Every developer uses smoke and mirrors in their games to make them look beautiful and all that stuff, okay? So Insomniac's just really good at it, right? And so with lesser hardware, they can do it. It's not impossible. I mean, they did it in 2017 with that Ratchet & Clank remake, right? So just imagine same levels. They can do the portal stuff that's within the level. They can do that because that's just a camera change. So that's something that's been done since 3D games became 3D games in video games in the 90s. It's possible. So the only thing I would say is just the quick world switching, but just a little longer load time. Maybe you go through a tunnel, or you're just flipping around in the void a couple more seconds. It's possible. I'm telling you. Yeah. Nah, I'm good, says Kaiju. I think they should stop making games for PS4. Just move to PS5. Let me rank up on PS4 discounts. Well, I mean, I mean, a lot of people agree with you. I thought that's what they were gonna do. Excuse me. And then they flipped the script on everybody. And now they're like, yeah, nah, PS4. That's where the money is, boy. And I'm like, And you know, the funny thing is like Jim Ryan's a businessman, all about the money, and Herman Holtz, I never knew him before when he was in Gorilla, but he seems like a businessman too, even though, you know, he's part of the team. So I would assume he plays games. Jim Ryan don't play no games. He has done everything but admit the fact that he does not play video games. And that's why I look at Jim Ryan, I look at Phil Spencer, and I'm like, I respect Phil Spencer more as a leader of a gaming company because he actually plays video games. He's a gamer, so he understands the mentality. He understands what gamers want. He understands what a good video game is. If you're a business dude and you go into a video game company, corporation, or whatever, and you don't play video games, it's all about numbers. It's like, what is this product? How does it sell? How can we make it sell more? That's all Jim Ryan is. He's the dude who makes the monies. And that's if you look at what's happening with Sony, and we've discussed this before, but it keeps getting worse. It's like first it was the crossplay, right? And then what happened? Oh, it was that indie dev who was like, yeah, $25,000 to place on the PlayStation thing, right? And then people came out and was like, oh, Xbox charges the same. And I'm like, okay, that may be true, right? But you have to look at how Xbox handles their indie games and how Sony handles their indie game. If you want to spend an extra $25 to be all up front, that's fine. But there is no place on PlayStation's ecosystem to predominantly have indie games. If your indie game coming out tomorrow, nobody's gonna know about it if you did not pay. But on Game Pass, they have, these are the new Game Pass games coming out this month. And if you're coming out that month and the game is good, I mean that's the caveat, but still, if your game is good, they'll probably put it right up there. This is the games that's coming out. Game Pass, check them out. Boom, that's huge. You don't hear Sony doesn't have anything to promote like that. They don't have a Game Pass to promote. They don't do that with PS Now. They just, man, they are screwing up so bad. They in first place and they about to trip over their shoelaces at the finish line. And number 2 about to be number. Anyway, Kaiju says, in between generations is my favorite time because they stop updating NBA 2K, Madden, FIFA, and they discount games for the older gen, which is all a plus for me. When a game or console is current gen, they milk that for years with unneeded updates. Yeah, that's 2K and that's EA and that's Sony now. I always look crooked at Sony. And I mean, before it was mainly because the ponies, the Pegasi out there they're just I'm like, y'all, okay, calm down. Okay, PlayStation's selling more. All right, relax. Xbox, they done messed up. We got it. Just chill, you know? And now that the tides are turning, everybody's freaking out. Like, what are we supposed to? And so they cheer when Housemarque, yay, Housemarque, we got Housemarque is the best. It's like, nah, it's not. It's all right. I mean, it's not the best. I mean, I don't know how good it is, but it ain't that good. Okay, Judo says, Micor does it too. Micor? With all their games. Oh, Microsoft. Those 2 other games. They update stuff, nerf stuff, take out features. Like what games do they do that with? I wonder. No, seriously, I don't know what. I mean, if it's an EA game, they have no say in it. But like first party Microsoft games, I don't know. Like, I mean, Halo, they're always working on it. Forza, they keep updating. Phantom Dust, I think Phantom Dust was kind of like an experiment that, I mean, you liked it, I played it, I was like, okay, this is all right. But if they would have updated it, if they would have done like a real like remake or a different version, then it might have been like, know what you would like, Kaijudo, is Scarlet Nexus. Even though it's not a card game, but it feels kind of like Phantom Dust. Like, it's like post-apocalyptic. You're in the city environment. You got one. I think there's 2 or 3 other characters with you, so it's like you got your little squad. You going in there and you do like the special moves, the special magic. One dude has fire, and one you have like telekinesis, and then What's the other lady got? I can't remember. But it's kind of. I played the demo. I was like, yo, this game is all right. Not Phantom Dust. I'm sorry. Scarlet Nexus. Definitely play that. It's on Game. Well, it was. It's not free on Game Pass. The demo was on Game Pass, so I played that. I was like, yeah, all right. Okay, it says not Phantom Dust is the shiz. That game works every decade. okay. But no, seriously, check out Scarlet Nexus. Like, I like the animation, like the little not the interstitial, but when you go to use your special, like the animation, like whoosh, it's like a dynamic camera. It's pretty dope. It's kind of like the one little scene that I liked on the Horizon Forbidden West, where she went to charge her little thing and she stabbed the dude with the thing. That's every time you use your special. That's what it's like in Scarlet Nexus. It's pretty dope, and it's basically like a Devil May Cry mixed with. It's more like a Devil May Cry, but I never really liked the Devil May Cry game. I think it's maybe because of the aesthetic, but I like this one because it's like anime, straight anime, and then when you go to the city, like everything is abandoned, but it's all like future. You see all these hologram signs. I was like, yo, this kind of fly. I like this, and it was like daytime. It wasn't even nighttime. I was like, yo, all right. Because yeah, I seen it. It looks like a fun game, but it's not Phantom Dust. Phantom Dust is a card battle game. 2v2, 2v3, 4v4. They the same. I know. You should just play it. You know, I'm just saying, just play it. Don't be stubborn, Kaijudo. Just play it and have fun. That's all I'm trying to get you to have fun. I mean, I'm not trying to sell it to you or nothing. Just find a demo if you can. If you have an old Xbox, it's on there. I don't think you need Game Pass for that, for the demo. I think it's just on there. Hi, Bridget. She's cuddling with my doggy. Anyway, so the acquisition of Housemarque and the other one, whatever it's called, Zibby or whatever, the PC port one, it's so bad. It's like, oh yeah, nobody knows what the name of it. I never heard of them before. Their PC port. I'm like, okay, sure, but I mean, it's that, and then. I guess it slipped from Japan that they're gonna pick up a Blue Point as well, but then they took it down, so they're probably gonna announce it at their State of Play or PSX or whatever it is. So that'll happen probably, which is I would say, Blue Point is a better pickup than Housemarque. I'ma say that right now. I'ma say Blue Point does better work than Housemarque. Period. That's it, and that's all. I'm just saying. I look at. I mean, Demon Souls. Whatever. It looks good though. And then they did a whole bunch of other stuff. They did what did they do before that? Shadow of the Colossus. I think they did that one. I believe that was one of the first ones they did for Sony, right? No, they've been doing stuff, and they did something in between that. Don't remember what it was, but it's okay. I don't think it was. I was gonna say Ico. I don't think it was The Last Guardian. I think that was a different. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't think that. Well, first of all, Sony can't afford to pull off a 7.5 billion hat trick like Microsoft did. They can't afford it. That's just way too much money. That's way too much money. Sony doesn't have the capital. Microsoft has so much money, and because the way the economy is right now, they're like, yo, we got all this money, son. They're about to raise up all of these interest rates. They're about to do all this crazy stuff. We need to spend this money while it's worth more than it will be next year or whatever. And so it actually made sense for them to spend all that money on like ZeniMax. You know, same reason why Sony's doing it. They don't have as much. You notice, we don't have no idea how much Sony paid for anything. Housemarque, how much does that cost? How much did how much did they give to the Evo thing? No numbers. No, now they're not giving us the numbers, right? They didn't even give out the numbers for it was MPD. I don't know who put it out, but they didn't put the numbers. They didn't put the sale numbers. They just ranked the order of sales, like the games that sold. I'm like, and it was only physical copies. I'm like, are you serious? That doesn't make any sense, because if you don't include the digital sales within these lists are worthless if you don't include digital sales, because digital. I mean, it's I don't know, man. I don't. I think I spent a lot of energy before talking about video games, talking about other bullshit, that I'm just out of it right now because I'm looking at the PlayStation. I'm like, man, there's so many people who are capping for PlayStation, who are capping for Sony, and I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, it's not a horrible system, but it ain't all that. Don't get all excited. All right, it's not. Nah, it's not the best. You know, just because you have a unique game that's on there that you can't play anywhere else, where you can compare actually how bad it is. Look at all those PC ports. Watch. Like Horizon, when they... I mean, you notice when they went to PC, they were broke as hell. Them games were broke as hell. It's like, why does this game run like crap on a PC? Because Sony don't know what the hell they're doing. That's why they picked up that PC port. Now, if that PC port company comes through and make them games bangers on PC, you're going to look at the PlayStation 5 and be like, yo, PlayStation 5 is hot garbage. In a couple of years, the PlayStation 5 will be hot garbage compared to the 4,000 GPUs that are about to drop. Well, not about to drop, but, you know, probably like next year. The 4,000, the 4090 or whatever they're going to call it, 4080, 4090, all them joints. That's supposed to, I think I saw or heard it somewhere where they said it's going to double the performance of the 3000 series. I'm like, double? Damn. You know? So it's like, I mean, they got like a year or whatever, but they don't even have that because they're crippling themselves by having this PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 cross-gen thing. Now, it's good for consumers, obviously, but it's bad for PlayStation fanboys, for Pegasi, because they promised we believe in generations. I mean, that was a trick. I'm not going to say it was a lie. I'm not going to say Jim Lion Ryan lied. I'm going to say he tricked. He used words to his advantage. And so by him saying they believe in generation is not an actual statement. It's a feeling. It's a belief. So when they say we believe in generations, they can be like, well, when you go to load up Spider-Man Miles Morales, there's a PlayStation 4 version, and then there's a PlayStation 5. They're separated in the store. We believe in generations. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy way out. And how they handle saves, we believe in generations. You got a PlayStation 4 game, and there's a save, and you got the PlayStation 5. No. We believe in generations. You got to play that over on the PlayStation 5, the new generation. We believe in generations. Just saying. That's how they could twist it. He's not an idiot, but he's not nice. Just saying. Think Jim is nice? Nobody. Nah. After what? You know what? When I turned on Jim Ryan, I'm gonna tell you exactly when. When that whole crossplay, this last generation, when the whole crossplay thing came up, and he was like, we don't want to do crossplay with Xbox because we're trying to protect the children. We don't know what's going on at Xbox Live. We're trying to protect the children, blah, blah, blah. And then Phil was like, yo, I don't appreciate you talking about our community like that. It is paraphrasing. I was very disappointed in you and how you're speaking about our community. Da, 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 da. Hey, Phil was he was like, okay, this is how this mother flower's playing it. All right, he's still a nice guy, but that's when I turned, and I hope he turned too. I hope Phil turned too, because he can't. Ain't no playing nice with Jim Ryan. He's not that type of dude. He's out to get it, and that's all right and fine and dandy. But honestly, that's a road to destruction if you're not careful. Sorry, Kaijudo. Kaijudo says, what do you think about the song Wild Thoughts? I think Bryson Tiller ruins the song. His lyrics are too pornographic, makes the song sound like trash. I don't even know what song that. Put it in the chat. Put it in chat. Put it in chat. I want to hear it. Put it in chat. Put the link in chat. Put the link in chat. Put the link in chat. I've never heard that song. I could just look it up. Sorry for being lazy. Let me put it over here first. Excuse me, princess. Let me look at it. Wild thoughts. Is it thoughts? Is it thought as THOT or actual thoughts? Wild thoughts. It's the remake of that Mariah song from back in the day. Rihanna. Oh, I never heard this one. Let me see. Mariah song from back in the day. Yeah, Maria. Oh, that's an old song. I remember that song. Yeah, this is old. I thought this was something new. This is barely produced by DJ Khaled, by the way. He took the Maria. Sorry, I hear myself. Wild thoughts. All right. So wait, let's go to his part. Oh, wrong one. Oh, that the girl go dirty, boy. Master blow a bit, Maka smoking, bubbity, bubba. Okay, I don't care about Rihanna. You know, honestly, sorry. Shut up, me. Check. Hold up, what happened to the thing? Ugh. Check. Oh, I'm still there, but all right. As long as you can hear me, it's all good. Go to once. That's where you hear this. Sounds like okay, I'm not gonna say that. Honestly, with artists like that who are not lyricists, so there's a kind of a distinction within the, I'm gonna say, hip hop community, where you have lyricists, you got MCs, you got rappers. This guy's a rapper who will, I mean, it may be fly to a certain demographic, right? But honestly, it doesn't give you any insight. It doesn't give you any type of reflective thought or anything. It's just like, yeah, he's just talking whatever. And that's when I tune out. But if you think about it, you gotta listen to the melody. So when I hear the words and it's hot garbage, I'm like, all right, not listening to the lyrics, but I listen to the melody, and that's all I focus on. If the melody is good, I'm not even gonna give this person props, because that's not even a guarantee that they came up with the melody. You gotta understand how songs are written. If it's not like a Kendrick Lamar or somebody who does, like all these old school cats, DJ K Slay put out a song recently, a 40-minute song with 110 MCs from New York and there's some West Coast, all like old school Redman, Big Daddy Kane. There's a bunch of Wu-Tang in there. I was like, what? I listened to that whole thing, 40 minutes. I'm gonna pull it up. I was like, what is this? It was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was so crazy. No. DJ K Slay. Yeah, he's I think I saw his 50 Deep before, but I can't play the sound, but it's ridiculous. So there's a couple of minutes of intro, and then you just got a whole bunch of cats. But Black Thought's in it. Like here's the list of MC. Oh, they had it back there. We can go back down. So that's the list of MCs. Look at that. All of these people. You look at it. Styles P. Then that Black Thought. Raekwon. Ghostface Killer. Inspector Deck. Papoose. AZ. Bunny B. Freddie Guy. Jim Jones. Ransom. Rod Digger. Billy Dane. True. Trey the True. I don't know. Lord Tariq. Corey Gunn. Peter Guns. Shaq Diesel. Actually, Shaq's verse is pretty good. I mean, his video is whack because he's like in a dark, I don't know what is, he's like in his bathroom or something. Like, but his verse is like, yo, don't sleep on Shaq.
Shaq Diesel, he got flow. I wish that Shaq Diesel would put out some more records because I was like, yo, it's kind of dope. But Roy Jones Jr. He was good. Red Alert's all right. Redman's always good. Young Buck. MC Search popped up. I was like, what? Where? What? Third base? Gas unleaded Sunoco. Cash or credit for unleaded at Sunoco. There's a lot. I forgot it. Big Daddy Kane, MC Shan, Karis one, of course. Twister, he still got it, fast as ever. Chris Riverman, Locksmith, there's a lot of people here I had never heard of, but they got Cassidy, he's all right. Bumpy Knuckles, all right. Tretch is all right. He does his Tretch thing, so he was like, Naughty by Nature stuff. Cool G Rap is cool. Lil C's, he came out of the church, spit some rhymes. Who else? Shy Guy, Melly Mel, big ass muscles, crazy. McGruff, I didn't even notice him. Damn, there's so many. I was like, Okay, Judas says he's still cool, but his MC Hammer rant is annoying. I remember if MC Hammer really tried to kill him, and I can see why he's mad, but he seems to want to continue to be feeling stupid. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're just trying to keep attention going. Fredro, Star, and Sticky Fingers, that's the remaining members of Onyx. I guess they broke up or whatever, but they're good. Fredro's good. I ain't gonna lie. But I wish that he would flow like a little more smoother, because he's just like, he's always angry and stuff. Always doing that. Sticky Fingers he's got the same flow, but I like him. I like Onyx. Peter Cologne, Tony Stark's Ghostface again. He had 2 spots. Who else? Sadat X, Grand Pooper. That's right. It was the freaking Brand Nubian. All of them. Sadat X, Grand Pooper, and Lord Jamar. That was pretty dope. Sonya Blade, Craig Nice, and Smooth B. I was like, okay, all right. They weren't together, but they went back to back. Consequence. Omar Epps. I saw that. I was like, is that the actor Omar Epps? I think that's him. You got to watch it, because I was like, is that Omar? I think it's him, but don't look. I don't know. I was bamboozled. The Prince of King, Chuck D. I saw some money at the end, which was like whatever. They didn't have EPMD. That's one thing I was like, yeah, they should have had. Forget Eric Sermon would have been dope. I mean, they are missing a few. I ain't gonna lie, right? But for 110 deep, 40-minute song, I was like, this is alright. You know what I'm saying? This is alright. I'm sure his other tracks, I'm sure like the 50 MCs, he might have had them in there or something. Or maybe Eric Sermon doesn't do it anymore. I don't know. Who knows? I always liked, even though he wasn't like the best with his lyrics. Well, he had kind of like a lisp, almost like a light lisp, but his flow was still kind of like, his rhythm was dope. Nah, but that roster is good. Yeah, it's crazy. Onyx had gone the demon route. I seen their new stuff, and it's very scary. They demons now. Yeah. I did see, I think, some of their new stuff. Honestly, they've always been there for the most part, but like their second album, I like their second album better than the first album. Even the first album was like Jam Master Jay, rest in peace. But the second album was like, it's got like some tight tracks. I'm like, yo, them tracks is banging. And then, I mean, it's just the content is just like, ouch. It's like, oof. Okay, I can't let my moms hear this one. I can't let Bridget hear this one. She'd be like, turn that shit up. Like, why you cursing, girl? Because they cursing too. But yeah. But yeah, I was like, I put that and I was like, man, am I going to sit here for 40 minutes and listen? And I did. I sat there and listened 40 minutes. I was like, and the beat is like, I was like, how am I going to listen to a beat with 110 MCs, 40 minutes? How am I going to do this? The beat was pretty nice. I was like, yeah. I don't even remember it. I don't remember the beat, but it's like some epic kind of orchestral, just it slaps, if you will. It's just like a boom bap. It's good. I was like, all right, that's a good beat. it's good enough for me to listen to it for 40. And then it's like the beat is so good that it fades back, right? And it's like a nice foundation for all these MCs. And so you can like concentrate, since the beat is pretty much a constant, you get used to it, right? But then you focus on the lyrics. You focus on each 16 bars. Some of them do 32, some of them do 24, whatever. But it's mainly 16 bars. I think Roy Jones went double. I think Roy Jones did 32. But a lot of them are 16. But yeah, man, I saw this. I said, oh, hell, I put it up on Twitter. I was like, yeah, this is crazy. Look, it's still going. And most of the videos like this, like they just did like their own little video segment, cut a mini video for their verse, and then I guess gave it back to DJ K Slay, and he had his editor slap it together. And honestly, it's good. I was like, yo, this is pretty quality. And some cats do this. They get in a little studio, photo studio with the white background. Basically, what this is basically a giant, like the floor and the wall. It curves up at the corners, and it goes on. I went to one of these studios in Miami one time, and there's a whole bunch of them. So they're like next to each other all over the place, and they have like lighting rigs on the top. And so you can see it a little bit right there, the top of it. And yeah, that's all it is. So it's like, oh, it's a green screen. It's like, no, it's an actual place that the floor and the wall, are connected. There's no hard right angles in it, so you see a little bit of a gradient, but there's no hard, so you can't tell how big or small the space is. I mean, I can kind of tell, but there's Shaq. This is Shaq's Shaq. Shaq is crazy. Shaq, look at Shaq. Look at Shaq. Look how big his hand. He's like, I'm Shaq. You better go get your Pizza Hut. What is it? Little John's. Wow, Papa John's. There's Papa John. There's Roy Joe Doodle. He's all right. Wu-Tang is lit. What's up? What's up, Henry? Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you. I'm gonna tell you, Gunny Chief. There he is. Gunny Chief. I appreciate you in both chats. I appreciate you, Gunny. But yeah, Ghostface. I always like Ghostface. He was like one of my favorite. I mean, besides Meth, I like Meth because his texture and he's like, this is the only kind of whatchamacallit. 10 minutes in, there's like a little interlude, and then they go from now to 40 minutes, all straight MCs. I'm like, I thought maybe they go in the middle, like 20 minutes. They put a little, can I go to the bathroom or something? I'm like, nope. It's like, no, I'm Reggie Noble, and I'm Bobo and Bobo Gobo. So you can see how quick the Young Buck was part of damn it, who was he part of? What group was he part of? I don't remember. Was he wasn't I don't matter. Yeah, he was part of a group, I think. There's MC Search. Yo, MC Search, baby. It's so crazy. His rhyme was alright. But I was just surprised to see him. I was like, what? He had a line about him being a white boy. So I was like, all right, this is pretty good. There's Big Daddy Kane. I didn't even know that was him because he had a regular haircut. I was like, where's your flat top, fool? Where's your Gumby at? You better put the Gumby back on there. That's your signature. Oh damn, he got a Symphony sweatshirt. I didn't know that. But he was pretty much standard Big Daddy Kane. MC Shan. I mean, that's old school. I was like, damn, man, these kids, wow. I don't know who the guy in the mask was. I forgot who he was. What I think it was in. Wait, was he in 50s? That's KRS. Was he in 50s group? Who was in 50s group? It was 50, and it was no, it wasn't. I forgot what group. Yeah, MC Search shopping in the bodega. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I know it's a little behind, but that's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, Papoose. I think we probably passed him already. Papoose's verse was like crazy. Yeah, Karis. I'm telling you, man, you gotta watch this. Like when you get a chance, when you get 40, when you get 40 minutes. I mean, honestly, you could skim through it and just go for the MCs that you like. But Papoose was dope. I was like, okay, you know what? Papoose did his thing. It's Twisted. He's doing his fast stuff. He's pretty dude. He's still good. He still got it. So like some of these MCs, I was like, all right, you got it. Fredro, Star, and Sticky Fingers, they still got it. They still doing their Thug Dizzle. You know, Twister still got it. I would even say Big Daddy Kane still got it based off of what he used to do and what he did in this. I was like, all right, yep. It's not like old school Big Daddy Kane. You can hear it in there, but it's like, oh, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight with headphones. Gonna hear all the sound. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. This guy has a really big gap in his teeth. I was like, wow. I'm like, how does that? I mean, I know your teeth are always moving, but I mean, he's probably had it for a while. So, but it's cool that he didn't get it fixed though. I appreciate it. I know I got a crooked tooth, so I don't know who that guy is. Nino Man, I'm not sure who he is either. He looked like freaking Mace, but he's not. But he don't sound like Mace though. He getting a tooth X-ray. Yeah, probably. Oh man. Locksmith. Yeah. Like some of them are like, who are these cats? But you know, I mean, all of them are. I don't think there was like, I think Melly Mel, like the super old school cats, you'd be like, all right, you know, they get a pass because they're like grandfathered in and stuff. I mean, literally grandfathered in. She was all right. I was like, who is this with the big titty hanging out? Who with the titty? With the big titty? She know what she doing. Got the side B's out. I don't even remember what she sounded like, but it wasn't offensive or bad. I mean, a lot of it is offensive if you want to be like, technically speaking. But I wasn't like, damn, you whack. Trick. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot of these cats, but he was pretty good too. I was like, all right. Yeah, but the main thing about me was like, I look at like how everybody's dressing, and I figure like, how old is this dude? Like me, I'll just wear a t-shirt. I'm not wearing a hat. I mean, I got a mohawk, but you know, that's because it's hot down here. I've seen this dude before. He's all right. He's pretty good. I mean, they went crazy with the camera though. They like back, forth, up, down. It's like, dude, you only got 16, man. Come on. It's like, yo, calm down. I would have just did one shot, slow dolly in, spit it all once. No cuts, baby. That's what I would have. If it's only 16, come on, son. I'd be like, one take, I'm out. That's what I would have done. I appreciate that type. But although I would say that when you do a one shot like that, it's usually like a calm, subdued, kind of like lo-fi hip-hop, like 85, 83 BPM. So you're like, Cassidy was like, eh. He got a backpack on, and I'm like, come on, son, really? I mean, I know that's, you know, it's hip hop, but I don't know. And he's got the 1-Up arcade. He doesn't have a real arcade. Like, come on, son, you're gonna be balling. Get a real arcade. Bumpy Knuckles. Get a real life arcade, real size. Come on, son. You got the Walmart special. I'm like, come on, man. He's probably in his pantry or something. Painted the wall orange. I don't know. Got a bigger house than I do. I'm trying to crack on Cassidy. I'm over here struggling. Never heard of this guy. But like, if you listen to these cats, it's like, yo, that's just a cat who can rhyme. You know, and maybe it's somebody you know. Maybe it's somebody that K Slay know, because you know K Slay know a whole bunch of MCs in the tri-state area, I would say, because he's been doing it forever. It's your boy Ice-T. I was like, what? Ice-T? Ice-T popped in. I was like, okay. All right. He's pimping. He's in his, I don't know, what is he in? Is it Maybach or something? Oh, he's in his Bentley. He's in his Bentley, boy. My stepmom tried to tell me that a Bentley is a Bentley and a Rolls Royce is a Rolls Royce. I was like, Bentley is a Rolls Royce. There's stretch. I was like, Rolls Royce makes Bentleys. It's like, no, but it's a Bentley. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't have the mental capacity to even try to get into the conversation with you right now. But yeah, Cool G Rap. He was. I think his was alright too. Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap. Who else was? One thing I remember, Grand Pooba came up. I was like, that motherfucker. That motherflower. Sorry, excuse my French. That motherflower still sound like Grand Pooba. He got that smooth. There's Lil C's. His was, Lil C's was alright. I mean, you know. Yeah, he did reference. I think he did reference B.I.G. of course. But I was like, okay, it's all right. But I mean, I thought he was a pastor. What is he wearing a hoodie for? And I thought this dude was freaking Pete Rock. I thought that was Peter Phillips right there. I was like, that fool look like Pete Rock. When did Pete Rock come back to America? Last I heard, he was like over in Germany or something, busting out tracks over there. But I don't know. I don't know who this cat is. I think it was alright too. Like I said, where we at? Look at that. We ain't even halfway through, B. The one failing of this is that they didn't do on the timeline, like have the different splits. It's in the description, so you can click on the time and go straight to it. But I would say this. You had a payphone, and that's the only one that had a payphone. But that's the only thing I would say about the shortcomings of this video is that, excuse me, they didn't have the splits in the timeline where you could just click in the timeline, but they have it in the description, so you could jump around in there if you want to. Miss Hustle, she's one of the few female MCs. It was her, Raw Digger, and that other side booby lady. I forgot her name. I think that was all that was in there. There's a whole bunch of like female MCs, like you said. MC Light should have been in there, but I don't know what she's up to. I mean, last thing she was doing was kind of like a rock thing, like a rock. She was with an actual band, so I was like, oh, you know. But I don't know. Maybe she just retired. She's like, just bump this. I'm out. I'm out the game, fool. I don't know. But yeah, so definitely watch this later. Let me see. We can skip around. I hate the fact that that's why I like it in the timeline, so I can look at it and just click instead of having to go down here and be like, oh no. But anyway, y'all get it. You turn that off now. But man, when that came up, I was like, what? That's crazy. It was definitely crazy. But anyway, actually, I mean, I didn't have to close it, but whatever. But I want to talk about video games because that's what's up, video games. I mean, it's 2021. This holiday season is going to be packed with good games. I don't know if Horizon Forbidden West is going to come. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Horizon Forbidden West is going to be 2022. Because everybody's games were delayed. So Sony is not immune to the delays. So I would say that their game is going to be delayed as well. So I mean, that's not a big deal. But then that opens up the schedule, if you will, for Microsoft to just kill it all. Video games, what? Yes, video games, Gunny. We're talking about Master Chief. Just like you're a part of the Chief clan. We're talking about Halo, it's gonna be dope. Forza Horizon, gonna be dope. Forza Horizon 5. And next month, The Ascent. Oh no, not next month, this month. The end of this month, The Ascent, man. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna play that. That's the first jam, I'm gonna get it. And then there was another game. What was it called? The original game that I wanted to play that looks just like it was The Last Night, and then this one is called, I don't remember, it doesn't matter, but it's gonna be good. And I think it's coming out. No, I think that's next year. HGP for life. HGP. Let me figure out what that is. Sorry, you might hear some fireworks outside. Hollow Knight gameplay? Halo gameplay. I guess that's it. I don't What I'm gonna do this time though, I'm definitely gonna jump into Forge because I had no idea why people were playing like Master Chief and why people were playing. I went into Fortnite the other day, and for y'all who don't play Fortnite, I don't play Fortnite. I played it way back when it first came out, not the Save the World, but the actual Battle Royale. I was like, oh okay, yeah, sure, and then I didn't play it. I think I'm like level 4 or 7. I don't even actually know. Anyway, I went in and played it about a week or two ago, and Fortnite is bananas. Okay, first thing, it's kind of like Roblox, although I haven't played Roblox, but I understand what Roblox is. It's just kind of a platform where they build all these different games within the ecosystem of Roblox. Fortnite is that now, except the one flaw that Fortnite has on console is that it has like a friend code thing for it. So say if you build a game, you say, oh, here's the game, boop, and there's a code you got to put in order to go to that game within Fortnite. And I was like, what do I do? Take a picture or something and then write it? I said, no. I mean, you can't just click on it from. I was so mad. I was like, I just wanted to check it out, but I was like, I'm not doing this. I didn't even play Battle Royale. I was just like, forget it. I'm done. I am done. I had no idea Fortnite became that. And also, I mean, much like GTA Online, Master Chief Collection is the same way with Forge and all the different variant game types and stuff. It's crazy what they have. I was like, yo, this is like GTA Online, except it's all Halo. Like they had this one with this giant ramp, and there was a bunch of like people and ghosts, and then there's a bunch of like whatever Spartans or whatever on the bottom trying to shoot them before they went past them. I was like, oh, I saw that on I saw that game type on Grand Theft Auto Online before. I was like, oh, this is like this. I don't forgot what it's called, but ramp shoot. I don't know what it's called, but I was like, oh, so that's what they're doing. That's why all these people are playing this game. And you know, of course, the multiplayer is dope too. But I was like, oh, I get it. So going into Halo Infinite with new Forge, and I would assume that all this stuff is kind of cross. Well, you know what? I can't say that. And I'm not sure if they'll do that. I would hope that they would, because you get all the new stuff with the new systems. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm a very casual Halo player, so. But I'm definitely gonna play the campaign, the campagne. Definitely gonna play it because I want to know what's up with Cortana, and I guess her name is the Weapon. It's Cortana remixed, whatever. She's like the same voice actor, and same face model, same model except they put like clothes on her, so she's not a naked android lady. But it's her. I think maybe they tuned her voice up half of a note or something, half a key. I mean, she's a voice actor, so she should probably talk higher. But yeah, it's pretty dope. Excuse me. So I was like, all right. So Halo got me. Definitely gonna check that out. But Forza Horizon. I mean, like, I keep thinking back, like Sony. I know what they're doing, and the fact that this whole indie thing went down, and this indie dev went off. Whoa, y'all heard that, right? That was M80. My dog is freaking out right now. Is it dark outside yet? Let's get there. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. It's getting there. Oh, I can turn this down. Oh, man. Let me get a drink real quick. Alright. So, this indie dev went crazy. Forza Horizon is my thing. Yo, Gunny Chief, you and me, the same. Forza Horizon. We're gonna talk about the indie dev, but Forza Horizon is the best racing game for me. An arcade. I grew up on Outrun, Power Drift. I mean, if you want to hang on and super hang on, sure. I'll even say Turbo Outrun, even though it's not Outrun, but still, I like the music. And then you can upgrade the engine or the tires. Don't put a turbo on. Oh snap! It's pretty dope. For a sequel that wasn't quite Outrun, I was like, this is all right. I never liked Outrunners. Outrunners didn't control the same. Anyway, Forza Horizon has become what Outrun should have become. You understand what I'm saying? So it became open world. Like, I remember back in the day when Need for Speed Honolulu, what was it called? They tried to do an open world game, and I played it. I was like, oh, open world driving game, this is going to be dope. And it wasn't good. The driving was not good. It wasn't good. Forza Horizon made an open world, made the best open world driving game, period. And it's so good that I think it was 4. I think Forza Horizon 4 did it, or it might have been 3, either 3 or 4. They did. I think it was 4. They did a homage to Outrun, literally. So it was like something, and you drive a red Ferrari, and it was like an Outrun course space. It was just like a sprint, but I was like, yo, it gave me the feels a little bit. What would have given me the super duper feels if they would have went and got that freaking soundtrack, like, I don't know, either Magical Sound Shower or Calm and Breeze or whatever, one of them tracks, and they put that, even the newer version of the track, I don't care, put that in the game when that played, that would have been it. I'd have been like, oh, this is the best game ever created. Thank you. I want an open world battle royale game. Judo. Got jokes. And so, what is amazing to me about Playground Games? Playground Games is MVP. I've said this before. Playground Games is MVP right now at Microsoft. They're kind of like what Insomniac is doing for Sony right now. Playground Games is doing for Xbox, for Microsoft. And they've been doing it since day one. Ever since the first Forza Horizon came out on 360, right? That came out, and I played it. And I was like, I like this game, but I wish you could get off the roads and drive in the grass and stuff. And they must have heard me. Well, they thought too. Yeah. And the next game, it was exactly that. I was like, wow, it's almost like y'all heard me, and boom, and I love this game. And they just, every game got better and better and better and better. I'm like, how? I don't understand how a studio can do this. How can you be like, okay, Australia is amazing, Hot Wheels, amazing. And then 4 comes out, and I'm like, although I did like the kangaroos jumping and the alligators, well, they're crocodiles. They're crocs down there. That was New Zealand almost. Although, like I said, I like the Australia map or environment better than England per se. The seasons. It's like, how can they make it better? I mean, they'll have seasons. They'll have rainy season and dry season, I guess, in Mexico, because I don't think it snows down there. Well, it snows up in the mountains, obviously. So they'll have different climates and stuff. So that's cool. But I think what they said was it's going to be dynamic weather that happens map wide. So if you're if you're playing alone, then it's just your map, obviously, your instance. But if you're on an online game, then everybody's connected to, I guess, a server. And that's where everything's together. Time of day, weather, and all that stuff. That's pretty dope. But I mean, I guess what they're improving on, because they added I think it's called Super 7 and Forza Horizon 4, where you could build your own like roads and ramps and flips and all kind of stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. And so now they're kind of expanding that with the stadium in 5, and I'm like, they know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing, and they're good at it. And I mean, the only thing is that they still haven't put the 2002 to 2009 Chevy Trailblazer in there. That's my jam. That's my car. That's the truck I got. I love it. Traily Bailey is what I call her, because I'm dumb. And even though she's on her last cylinders, I'm going to run her into the ground. I got that car in 2003. Almost 20 years ago. I'm still rocking this car, guys. That's what's up. So I wish that there was I would even settle for an SS. Honestly, I would like an SS, honestly. If they did a 2009 SS, I'd be like, all right, cool. You know, I'm gonna put some stuff on, some ground effects and stuff on, some rims on it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But give me that. That's one thing I want from Forza Horizon. Give me that 2002 to 2009 Trailblazer. Just the short. I don't want that long goofy one, the 9-seater or whatever. Nah. Just give me the 5-seater. I don't want that long stupid one. I know they're gonna have. Yeah, SS would be sick. I know they're gonna have they're probably gonna have the new Blazer, which I'm not totally offended by. It looks okay. Kind of looks like a Camaro SUV. I'm not, but my problem with that my problem with that car is that it is a unibody. It's not a truck. Like the Trailblazer 2002, 2003, the Trailblazer that I have is a body on frame. I could lift that body up and put whatever the hell I want on it. Well, not whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I could probably put a new Blazer on it. That would be dumb. No, actually, I couldn't do that because that one isn't body on frame. I would have to cut it all up, and yeah, that would be weird. I don't think that would work. It might work. No, I don't know. I don't think that would work. Anyway. But yeah, that's the one thing. It's like it's not a truck anymore. The Blazer is not a truck. I mean, you have to get a Tahoe or a Suburban. And then I'm like, Gunny Chief says not on board with the new Bronco. Bronco's the same thing. What I believe, I think the Bronco is unibody as well. All the smaller SUVs are unibodies, but the Explorer, I think, is still. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's still body on frame. You know what? I quite have swore I heard that they had changed that back in the day. I don't know, but you know what's cool? The Bronco doesn't offend me. I'm like, but something that's happening. I'm looking at the Fords, and I'm looking at the Land Rovers because Ford owns them. And what is it called? It's not the Outlander. It's the Revenger or something. It's the big Land Rover. I was looking at. I was like, yo, it's the one with the square. Let me look it up. It's the one with the square. Oh, it has square taillights. Land Rover Defender. That's the one. I keep seeing this freaking truck from the back. Show me that. There it is. I keep seeing this truck from the back, and I'm like, yo, them lights is kind of fly. And then I look at the front, and I was like, oh, it's a freaking Land Rover. And I'm sure it's like $1,000 million. But it looks good from the back. Look good from the back, girl. But look at that. That's a nice looking truck right there, boy. I'm like, yo, that's all right. It's a big truck, though. But that, I'm looking at that, and see, I don't even know if is that on frame? Is that an actual truck? Is that a freaking unibody? I would assume a lot of these vehicles are unibody because it just makes it's less metal and it makes it lighter. So, I don't know. But, I mean, I would take those lights and then throw them on my Trailblazer. Y'all heard that, right? Jesus. But let's look up some Forza Horizon 5. Wow. Look at that badness. Videos, images. There's no other images right there. I'm on images. Wait, is that right? Somebody photoshopped that. Nah, that's not real. They should do motorcycles though. I don't know how that would be though. I do want the Warthog back. But what I want with the Warthog is to be able to just go crazy with just make it unrealistic, ridiculous just power. Just make it the most powerful vehicle so you can jump over mountains with it. I just want just crazy stuff. Like when I see people playing the PC version of Forza, I'm like, yo, they're doing because I don't know if they're using cheat engine or they're just going into the whatever. But damn, that looks good. Look at that. Look at them graphics, son. Look at that ray tracing. It looks so good, oh yummy. Yo, Forza Horizon 5 is gonna be dope. Forza Motorsports, the new one. Okay, what just popped into my head is when people say Games Pass. So Whenever I hear that, and whenever you hear that, just cringe a little bit. But anyway, Forza Motorsport. Even though I don't like those games too much because I'm not like a super sim guy or whatever, I'll still play it because it's gonna be on Game Pass, and I want to see what they do with it because these games are connected. So the new Forza Motorsport is going to inform what Forza Horizon 6 is going to be, because Forza Horizon 5 is basically just old tech. It's the old Forza tech engine. It's not the new stuff. And so I want to see what happens with the new engine. And honestly, I don't even know if I would assume that Forza Horizon 6 will be on the new Forza tech that they're building for Forza Motorsport, but I mean, you can't really tell because the engine might not be ready in time for them to actually have enough time to build out a big old open world. But I would assume that they would be building the new Forza Tech engine to accommodate open world stuff. And I'm not sure if Fable's using the new engine or using the old. If they're working on Fable now, I would assume that they're working on the old engine. But if they haven't started, like really started production on Fable, then they're probably gonna use the new engine that Forza's, or they're using a modified Forza Tech engine from the old engine, which will be specific for Fable, which makes sense. So wait, is that actual Forza Horizon? Is that the graphic? That is the. Look how good that look. I thought that was just a picture, man. See, man. Shoot. Ooh, no. No. Don't play with me. That's just artist mock-up, right? That's not in the game. That better. Man, I want some tank treads on my car. I don't want talking like that. I want some tank treads on my car. Yeah, that's a Bronco. Like I said, the Bronco isn't offensive, but it's a little. It's I think it's too small. Well, honestly, I don't think it's too small. Because yeah, they're trying to tie it back to this original Bronco right here, and it's there. I'm like, so I appreciate that, but I remember the not the 90s Broncos, but just like the set, like here, like the 70, not this one though. It was the late, I think it was the 80s Bronco. That was the one that I remember. But, you know. Wait, is that the map for 5? That's not the map for 5. Is that the map for 5? Oh, it's concept. Mexico map is a concept gamers would love to be real. Oh, okay. And that's one mountain? That's not right. No. Oh, that's the desert. Where's the mountain? Huh. Yeah, the map will be interesting. They said it'll be the biggest map that they've ever done in Forza. So that's cool because I mean, the maps have been pretty big, so. And have they been getting bigger gradually? I guess. I don't know. But one thing I am looking forward to is but when they eventually get to Japan, I am definitely looking towards that because you got the mountains, you got the city, you have the countryside as well, and you have the seasons. So it's all the ingredients for a good Forza game. Japan is definitely one of them. But yeah, I wish they had a friggin' Trailblazer, man. I look for. Let me see. Where's the thing? Where's the? Oh, here it is. Forza Horizon. Where's Forza Horizon Chevy. Jeez, this thing is still on caps locks. I mean, they'll probably have the. Yeah, it won't be in. Just this comes up. Like, can I get? See, that's what I want right there, baby. Yeah, this. I think they have a Silverado in there, which is fine. They even have one in GTA 5. I was like, yo, maybe I should boot up GTA 5 again. I just want my truck in a game. That's all. If it was in Forza Horizon, this isn't the first. This is like the second time. This picture right here was the second picture I think I seen of the Trailblazer before I got it back in the day. I was like, oh, that's a pretty truck right now. But I wonder if I think I still have the very first picture of the Trailblazer that I saw. But the SS, I always liked the stance, and it just looked kind of yummy, hammy. But yeah, they don't have any like, I mean, they got Camaros, I think they have some Impalas and stuff, but they don't have, like, this is the Trailblazer now, the new one. It's small. It's like it starts at like 22,000, which is fine, but I don't want it because I keep seeing it on the street, and I don't like the back of it. I prefer my license plate between the lights. It's just an aesthetic thing, I know. I mean, if it said Trailblazer or Chevy in the back there, I'd be like, all right. But they just have the bow tie. It's like, who wants this? So whatever. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. What time is it? 8:30. But let's go. Let's go to Twitter. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because, oops, wrong screen. Because what's happening? Look at Wombat. Let me give you a like. Let me say something. Nice. Have a safe night. Boop. Always gotta say what's up to Wombat. He's funny. Oh, anyway, we're looking for. Actually, I think I whatchamacallit it did. I think here it is. This guy. I should have just saved it. I started following him because I saw all this stuff. I was like, what the heck is going on here? All this crazy stuff happened. Woot. Man, is there any way to just auto block whoever signs this? And that was a fake poll. That was so funny that they did that. It was like an Xbox dude who put the petition at change.org. It was so funny. I was like, damn. He's trolling fools through .org, through change.org. It's pretty funny. I'm trying to figure out where the how do you say the thread begins. Was it here? I guess it was here. I mean, whatever. Green is Xbox, red is Nintendo, blue is Sony, and black is Steam. So it was a whole bunch of Twitter don't check messages. There's a whole bunch of thing about like this one dev said this about his game and how the sales broke down as far as the different platforms. And then there was another one who said that it wasn't that one. It was another one who said, now this guy burned all the bridges, but there was another one who said, oh, we got 50% on PlayStation. I was like, well, they won't say the game, obviously, because then they'll, well, I mean, they don't, honestly, if you wanted to get in there, you could probably figure it out. So it's not about, oh, I'm trying to keep anonymous because they're out here with their real name, and, you know, you just Google some stuff and probably find out where they work and what game it was and stuff. But I'm not doing that. But this whole long thing, they're talking about Sony. They call it Platform X, so they don't get, they're not liable, basically. Because Jim Ryan's in Britannia, and they got that libel law out there. So you be like, if you talk shite about your boy. I did a song that had him in it, his name kind of, sort of. And I blurred it out. I screwed it out, if you will. Because I'm like, I'm not taking any chances with this fool. He's all about getting money. He can get money from my broke ass. Somehow squeeze it out of me. Just look how long this is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it stops here. Look how long this is. I mean, this is all about indie. This is all about the indie game and not like Sony basically not promoting it and not having any type of way to promote it except for paying the 25 grand to be spotlighted, basically. And the problem I think lies within what Sony's doing, like what they're actually doing. They're saying, okay, we're going to concentrate on these super duper quadruple A games, only big games, only the best games. And Sony Pegasus, a Sony fan, would be like, yeah, we want the best. We want all God of Wars and the Last of Us 2s and all that stuff. It's like, well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other guys making games here, you know? And honestly, it makes sense because Jim Ryan, right? So Jim Ryan, said it before, we'll say it again. He's the money guy. All he cares about is making the most money, right? That's fine. So, what makes more money for Sony? This is where the logic lies, and this is where it makes sense for what they're doing, and it makes sense for what this guy is saying, and that's why I believe everything that this guy's saying, and I'll believe the other guy too. I just don't know what game it is. So it could be an indie game, but it could be like Hades or something. Well, that just came out, so. But it could be like a game that's like super giant. I didn't mean to say super giant, but you know what I mean. It could be a giant game that's just an indie, but maybe it was, I was going to say Ninja Theory, but they're at Microsoft now. But anyway, so if Sony gets 30% of the cut of any sale of any game. So, that being said, would it make sense for them to promote $70 games, now that they pumped up the price, $70 games versus $15, $20 games? You know, $15, $20, 30% of that is not as much as 30% of 70. Remember, Jim Ryan's all about that dough, getting the most dough the fastest. So indie games could kick rocks as far as he's concerned because the numbers don't make sense. And honestly, it sucks, but that's what's up. And if you look at it that way, if stop being like, not you guys, but just other people who listen to this, don't be like a fanboy, fangirl, fan whatever. You have to understand who these people are and what their motives are. And Jim Ryan has made it clear that it's all about that money, son. So he's going to make moves as far as promoting games, acquiring studios, putting them on PC, making the most money all over the place. And if you hate the fact that the games are going on PC, not going to be exclusives anymore, Jim Ryan don't give a damn because he's making that money. And so once that is something that you can accept, then maybe there won't be so many Pegasi out there. Pegasuses. I can't say Pegasuses. Pegasi. I guess I looked it up. They said there's two ways of saying the plural of Pegasus, which is Pegasuses. Pegasus, Pegasus, I believe. And then Pegasi, which is Pegasi. Pegasi. Anyway, but yeah, it's like this right here was kind of crazy. So before you launch, you need to develop the game for Platform X, for PlayStation, go through the incredibly difficult lot check spread over 3 generations of backend software. That right there, that second part is bad. If your software system of getting your game through is like kind of hot garbage, last gen, if you will, then yeah. And honestly, y'all know Sony is not a software company. So, and I'm gonna tell you why they're not a software company. And some people on the internet, some influencers are like, I like the PlayStation 5 because it feels more next gen. Because the menus, the UI is more next gen. It feels different. It's different. All Sony did was add another layer on top of the PS4 UI. If you dig down into the UI of the PS5, it's the PS4 UI. Different color. It's the same. It's based on the same thing. They just added an extra. They added a cover sheet basically. So it's anyway. Submit platform. PlayStation specific trailer. Write a PlayStation blog, which submit multiple forms for social media. I mean, these are all things that you have to do, right? But this second one, and then this whole account manager thing, they don't have as far I read this whole thing, how I understand it is that they don't have enough people to handle these games, basically. And so they said it takes weeks, if not like months, for them to get back to the devs when they contact them for whatever reasons. I'm like, yo, how? I mean, Xbox has a specific. They have Chris Charla. I think he's still there, and they have an indie team. ID at Xbox. They have an indie division, if you will. I mean, so does Sony. I mean, Shuhei Yoshida is in charge of it. He got demoted and put on indies. But honestly, I mean, Shuhei is cool and everything. But I mean, if your team ain't good and if you don't have enough people covering the amount of games that are coming in, it sucks for the devs, and it's a rough process, and the games get delayed, and it's just a lot of stuff. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with these people. Like if I'm looking at Sony, I'm like, yo, we're gonna have a game out. I'm part of a dev team. I'm doing the music and sound, and I'm like, I gotta tell them. I'm like, yo, I mean, we're gonna be on Steam first, obviously, but after that, I'm like, yo, if we port some stuff, I'm gonna be like, I mean, we're gonna play anything, but I'm just saying, don't just put it up there and just walk away. Just don't even think about it. Don't think about the numbers, because I don't think we're gonna, And I look at Game Pass, I'm like, man, they paying for games. They're paying for games to be on. I'm like, man, if we get a little bit of change, just like guaranteed money, shoot, and some points, shoot. And that's the gamble, though. It's like, do you have confidence that your game's gonna sell 10 million? Or are you gonna take the money up front? And that's the thing. So here's your boy. Sorry to hear all the. This is Cole Eastwood. Sorry to hear about all the difficulties you're having with Platform 5. Platform 5. I mean X. Are you planning to pitching your game to Xbox Game Pass? We pitched them all. Oh, nice. Awesome. Best of luck. This seems organic. Yeah, have any games on Xbox, would like to check them out. Sinner and Legren. Oh, there you go. Jackaxe and Lamentium coming up. Oh, so that's the guy. Okay. Sinner? I don't remember Sinner. Oh, Legrand Legacy. Nice. Loving this so far. Gonna write an article and highlight some of them. Sorry I missed it the first time around. Well, I mean, that's one thing about like him talking shite, is that he's getting some shine on his games, which is fine. But I mean, his gripes may still be valid. So that's the thing, right? Was it just a publicity stunt to throw Sony under the bus? But he was like, okay, I'm mad enough to burn some bridges. So he's like, he's a dev. He's frustrated. So he's like, forget it. They're not. Look, because honestly, what's the point of a bridge that I'm not allowed to cross? Exactly. So burn it. Let the nutrients feed the forest. So, the forest being Game Pass, and the nutrients being the ashes of the bridge, which was his relationship with Sony. That lack of, well, whatever, his potential relationship with them. They're probably going to take his game out the store. It's like, nope, your game is gone now. You talking shit about us. You saw what happened to CD Projekt Red. They gone too. But yeah. So a lot of this is just really, it's really crazy. So, and then I'll try to go back and see if there was anybody. I don't think there was anybody else that Wait, Nolan North is a platform X, right? So assuming Nolan North is number 2 or 3. Since Nolan North's third iteration has been downhill, indies don't thrive. Nolan will say that they do, especially the beginning of his iterations, but we all know it's a lie. Since the Plumber became portable, it's been Plumber, Green Soldier, Gabe, DRM Free. No. Green Soldier, Plumber without a pipe wrench. That's funny. If it's true, it's pretty sad. Indies were a big deal late PS3, early PS4. I mean, the reason why they were a big deal in the PS3, early PS4 is because they didn't have any games. They didn't have any games, so they used indie games as filler. It's like, oh, look at all these games. Oh, Sony likes indies. Psych. And they charge in the crossplay. Come on, son. I can't. Like, as far as business, like, sure, that benefits Sony. It doesn't benefit anybody else. And the thing that Sony is betting their behavior on is that PlayStation, the amount of PlayStations that are out there, or the amount of players that they have. But that's being, I was going to say usurped, but it's being taken over. It's being, the lead is being eaten away at by Game Pass. And Game Pass is like the antithesis of PlayStation 5 right now, because it's like all the indie. I play so many indie games that I would have never played. They going crazy outside right now. All you hear is pippity poppity bang bang. But it's so, it's crazy. I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna do Steam, see how it shakes out there, and then we'll go from there. But all this stuff here is kind of not waking me up, but geez, my dog is probably freaking out right now. I want to see what PS5 is doing. Ah, jeez, I messed it up. Oh no, I did. Oh, I didn't. PS5 Corporation? What is that? Official Twitter updates on PlayStation? Okay. Why did it... Is that the official PlayStation? Or do they have another one? Because that's weird. PS5 Corporation. Huh. I've seen a lot of ads for... on... Is it on Twitter? It might have been on Twitter. For PlayStation... It's for Ratchet and Clank, right? But it's... I think it's a short video, but the video... It's not a GIF, it's an actual video. But it just has the PlayStation logo with a blue background. And it says, get ready to shoot the things and get Ratchet and Clank. And I'm like... Y'all still talking about this game? Y'all ain't got nothing new to talk about. That's all you talking about? I mean, I know it's a good game. I'm not going to say it's not, but... They're trying. They are trying. Look at this. Well, this is somebody else, not yours. Do. Why? Why do you have why? And of course they have the hey, David Mayer Return to Solid Snake and Blue Point's Metal Gear Solid remake. Okay, this fool is dumb. D3. What was I gonna say? I totally forgot. Let me go back up here. Dang, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I forgot. Had something to do with PlayStation. Plague Tale sequel. What was it called? Requiem. Like the dope. Oh, there's the Ghost of Tsushima remake, reboot, what's it called? Director's cut. What? Okay, here's the thing. Here's a problem with what Sony's doing this generation that is not helping them. Their messaging sucks. That was one of the main reasons why Xbox failed last gen. Their messaging sucked at the beginning. They never recovered. Now Sony is still they're still kind of coasting, if you will, on their goodwill and that momentum, right? But they gain that momentum against virtually no competition, because the way that last gen ended up, it was just like they weren't even competing with Xbox. There was no competition, right? But now it's different. Now you got Game Pass, which is killing it, and now they just updated all the Game Pass server. Well, not all, but some of the Game Pass servers to Series X, and I could play a Series X game on my PC right now if I wanted to. Well, not right now because I'm streaming, but that's a whole different thing, right? That's a whole nother freaking. That's a whole nother realm that I'm actually gonna try out. I want to try out Flight Simulator. I'm gonna try Flight Simulator and what else? I'm trying to think. Not Halo, because you can't streaming Halo doesn't sound like a. I might do Forza, but that's gonna be a bad move too, because the latency is probably not there yet, and I do not have good internet. Nope. So that's not gonna work. Oh, it's the flute guy. I would have grabbed. Where's my flute? I don't know where my flute is. I'd have busted it out real quick. Look at that horse armor. Dude, I hope it's not horse armor. That looks weird. I mean, that's definitely not ray traced, obviously. Yeah, because it just looks it looks all plasticky and stuff. It's like weird. That's one thing I never liked about any of the PlayStation games. I mean, God of War looked okay, but the fact that it was checkerboarding everything, upscaling, it made everything look kind of mushy and soft. Not the edges, but like the textures inside were just not there. They weren't sharp enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be super crazy, but. Spider-Man Homecoming movie versus Marvel Spider-Man remastered on PS5. This fool. Guess one looks better. This one actually looks better because they base it off a real. They base it off a real person. Flu guy won that E3. For Sony, sure. Yes, I would agree. Because that whole church stuff, I was like, what are y'all doing? What it did, we would like it. I'm like, Sean Layden, man, I don't know if you're gonna have a job at this. He fired his ass. It's like, you got to go. Oh, dude. Okay, you know what? If they did a freaking Invincible game, yo, Microsoft, I know you're not listening, but listen to me. Make an Invincible game. Get Coalition on it. It could be, shaded like that. I don't care what it look. I want them splitting people's head. I want them mopping the floor with the brains. I want all of that. Come on, man. Invincible, the video game? Come on, son. That would be crazy. At the end of the first game, you got to fight your pops. I don't know where that happens in the actual show or comic, but that would be dope, though, right? Invincible, the game, versus Spider-Man. Come on, son. And if the gameplay was like way 1,000 times Bella, I don't know. I think there's a lot. You know what? I think there's a lot of comic book stories out there that are actually better than Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is just so ingrained in popular culture that it's like whatever. Hey, Legend, how are you doing? Aloha, Legend. Bridget is good. She is protecting the puppies. Because, just Danny, because he does not like fireworks. This is the worst time of year for him, and he hates it. Id Software can make that invisible. Yeah. You're right, Gunichi. I think id Software could make the Invincible game. I think that might be something all right. I mean, they got all the guts and they got all that stuff. Yeah, like it could be third person, kind of like God of War third person. But then when you get in for that special kill, then you get up close and rip the head off and punch through the face and. Just like what he did with the speed guy. He's like squished his head. I was like, wow. Sony holiday lineup is getting ready. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Death Stranding Director's Cut. Horizon Forbidden West. That's going to be delayed. Kenna. Okay. I thought that was going to be multiplat, though. I thought that was a times exclusive. I'm not too sure. Deathloop. Microsoft owns that. Ghostwire Tokyo. Microsoft owns. Abandoned. That's not. I don't know what that is. If it does come out this year, then it's a super small indie game. Nobody care. I hope Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo do amazing. That way, Microsoft can get paid. And it's so funny, right? That's the conundrum, right? So if you're a pony and you're a Pegasi, you're sitting there, you're like, yeah, we got more exclusives because we got Deathloop. Y'all ain't got no Deathloop. But the more success it finds on PlayStation 5 as a timed exclusive, the more money that Microsoft makes. Because they own the companies that make. They own the studios that make. They own that IP. So if you're really truly a pony who hates Microsoft, hates Xbox, how do you buy Deathloop? How do you buy Ghostwire Tokyo in good conscience, inside your heart, knowing that you're paying money to the enemy? How do you do this? That's the conundrum I see. I don't have that conundrum because I didn't have to pay for NBA 2K21. It was on Game Pass. So, I mean, I guess I did pay for it by having Game Pass, but that's what's up. So, in that instance, when a Sony game came to the Xbox, I didn't have to make a decision like, oh man, I gotta pay for it. Here's the funny thing though. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop are going to be, well, if I don't know who's actually publishing those. Is Microsoft publishing those games? I guess they are. Oh no, it's ZeniMax. So ZeniMax is publishing them, but I think that I don't know if they're going to be $70 games. But if they're not $70 games, they're $60 games, then the ponies have an excuse like, oh, it's a cheap game. Look, it's a cheap game. This is Microsoft cheap game, right? So they should probably charge them $70, right? And then when it comes to Xbox, they could charge the Xbox people regular price, $59, $60, and it's going to Game Pass. So gonna play it with my Game Pass sub. So Sony's in a spot. They're in a spot. I mean, the only thing that they have are the exclusives, and those are kind of half-assed because Horizon Forbidden West is on PS4. God of War is on PS4. And the new God of War. So it's like, wow, it's like, it doesn't look bright. I mean, once again, those games are going to be good. I'm not saying they're going to be whack. They're going to be tight. But if you look at it, yes, they got the exclusives. They're going to be good. They could have been better. I've heard so many people, even ponies, be like, yo, PlayStation now sucks. Streaming sucks. Because nobody talking about PlayStation now. They weren't even talking about like Game Pass or nothing like that. Because Game Pass, you could download the stuff. So it's not, it's not streaming. But I listened to the debate between Homeboy and David Jaffe. And I was like, okay, I understand what Homeboy was talking about. I forgot his name. Straight. Anyway, he was talking and he was like, yeah, the input lag is whack and the compression is whack, and so the graphics are whack, blah blah blah, and then everything he said was true. But I mean, David Jaffe's argument was that he was coming, the guy who was talking about streaming is whack was coming at it from the point of view of a hardcore gamer who's like, yo, I play Call of Duty, I play God of War, I play all these super fidelity, super, Twitch games. Not Twitch, the Twitch TV, but, Twitch. Fast games. And David Jaffe's like, okay, but you don't represent the most sales. The most sales are from casual gamers. And dude he just wouldn't get it. He didn't understand. He's like, streaming's whack. That's not what's up. And then he played, David Jaffe showed him a video of a game he streamed through xCloud. It was that racing game that is like a low poly racing game, but it wasn't about the actual graphics. It was about the latency and how he could actually play the game and not crash into he crashed a lot, but he didn't crash into every wall, and it wasn't unplayable. And he said it was pretty good. He was like, oh, okay. And David Jaffe was like, why would I lie to you? I'm not lying. You got to take, this is my word, and I agree with you. And he was just kind of, the guy he was debating with was just really the typical, I don't want to say typical pony Pegasus, but he was kinda, and he didn't understand that the gaming community the gaming universe, all the gamers are not all hardcore. Most of the gamers are young and casual, and I mean old, of course, me. But it's just, it's a shame that there are people like him who don't understand the entirety of the gaming sphere, the industry, and that having casual people in video games, as far as customers and players, is only going to keep video games around longer. It's only going to keep it striving longer and surviving longer. And just like how indie games help promote innovation in video games, casuals help them stay around, help sales. So all of these part of the ecosystem of video games, all these things are important. Casual gamers, indie games, all these things are important. And the fact that Sony is ignoring these people is not good for video games. Now, you can, as a Pony or a Pegasus, you can say, well, I don't care about that. Sony only cares about my type of gamer, and that's fine. But then that becomes sort of a niche, not industry, but it's like a niche sector of video games where it's like artisanal gaming or something, where it's like, oh, we only do these type of games. We only do these type of games here at Sony. Only the hardest of the hardcore play our games. And I'm like, okay, I guess y'all don't want to sell a lot of, but they do. They want to make all that money. They want to sell all these games. They want to sell all these systems. So how do you do it? They're actively sabotaging their future by not supporting devs in the way that they should, by charging crossplay. I'm like, why would you do that? It's like a petty... Look, Sony's a multi-billion-dollar company. Why are you doing these petty little things? You should make it easier. You should be like, no, we don't charge $25,000. No, only Microsoft and Apple and all of them do that. They're the bad guys. Take the loss on that, or make it something different. Not just an ad placement. I don't know. Make it part of a sale or something? Does that make sense? If you say, oh, we're going to put you on sale, so you got to pay us $10,000. No, that doesn't make sense. Because they're losing money. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is, but that's not a good, well, I'm not going to say it's not a good business model, but I don't like it. And as someone who's going to be stepping foot into this realm, if you will, into this arena, I don't like the fact that is something that we have to contend with. We have to say, okay, we have to have a meeting and say, okay, are we going to put our game on the PlayStation? A, do we want it to succeed? Of course we do. Do we have $25,000 to scrape up in order to, place our game so that people can actually find it and see it? Put it on the front page for a day or two or whatever. I don't even know how long it stays up there, honestly. But I'm like, I don't feel optimistic about, like I said, as a part of a dev team, for us to do business with a company like that, based on what I've heard. Now, if our game blows up on Steam, then it's easier. Then it's like, our game is hot. What's up? Then maybe people be like, yo, we want your game. Then it's a different story. If you got something hot and everybody wants it, they gonna pay you. Then it's not a big deal. If it's crazy big on Steam, then we have 25,000. But honestly, it's like the principalities at this point. It's like, wait, do we want to spend 25 grand? Is that gonna, like, how? What are we gonna? And then you look at these numbers that they had with the graph, and it's like they don't sell indie games up there. Why would we do that? And we go on Game Pass, and it's like they shine so many games up over there. I'm like, yo, this game, what's this game? Like Among Us is coming. I'm like, I don't really care about Among Us, honestly, but I know that it's coming on Xbox. And that other game, Revenger or whatever it's called, I can't remember what the damn name is. But let me see what is this? armor. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is like totally unnecessary. This is like, yeah, this is our ray tracing, show off the ray tracing suit. Like mirrors on everything. Okay. Just blind everybody. Can't be hiding. That's photo mode, though. Is that photo mode? That looks like photo mode. It's hard to tell. Oh, wow. He's definitely clipping through that. He's definitely clipping through that right there. That's not a good bit there right now. That's pretty cool. That's a cutscene, though. That is not in game. You can tell when it's a cutscene and when there's a little bit of a difference. Not saying it looks bad either way. I'm just saying, like, if you look at this fur and the lighting, it's mainly the lighting, but look at that fur. Go back here. Yeah, you can see it now. Can't you see it now? You can see it now, can't you? You can see it now. It's kind of it's really what it is. It's the focus. It's the depth of field that they do on this. It's also probably some motion blur too, but mainly depth of field. So you can see this is focused right here, and then back here unfocused. But they don't do the same thing in gameplay because it doesn't work. So it's all in focus. Hello. I'm still streaming. All right. Bye. Beep beep. I might have to end soon because my dogs are freaking out. Okay, I'm looking at this reflection. I'm not saying it's not a reflection. I'm not saying it's not ray traced, but what am I looking at? It must be above there, right? But I see this, right? You know what I think it is? Okay, this is this, right? This is this. Let's assume this is this. I think that's what it is. But this, is that in the back? So the reflection doesn't, you don't get the depth of field from that doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't even be in. I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on. This reflection is confusing me. Happy 4th America, us, yay. Yeah, happy 4th there, Gunny. Happy 4th, legend. Happy 4th, Kaijudo. I had a whole spiel in the beginning, which was very depressing. I don't want to do it again. I remember I saw this. PlayStation is really becoming a platform for the payers. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, right? First of all, messaging, right? I said that before. Their messaging sucks. It's the same thing that happened to Xbox previous generation. Sony's making the same mistakes Xbox made last gen. Generally speaking, messaging. So now, by calling it Director's Cut, you're confusing people, okay? Second, what they should have done is called it Ghost of whatever that next island is, right? Instead of Tsushima. They should have called it whatever it is, Ishimo. I forgot what the other island is called. Call it that, and then also have like a blurb on the side saying also contains the full first game, and it's for $20 or $30 or whatever. Boom, you're done, son. That's all you gotta do. Instead, you're like, oh, that's the old game remastered. Is that? Oh, but the draw for this Director's Cut is that new content. But that's the name isn't even on the front of the freaking. It's so if you package it as Ghost of Kishimimi, whatever it's called, I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. So, freaking whatever. Get out of my face. What's it called? Can't believe do they not have the information? Okay, they better have the information because Shima, Dibituma, Samasima, Bubadima, Legion Free, Dibiju, Shibitu, Kabalu, Dibidu. Did I skip it? Did I skip it? I don't think I skipped it. Oh my gosh, do they not have the name of that second island? Legends Free, further update, alternative. I gotta probably Google it. Alternative sand, Puerto sand, Japanese sand, Puerto sand, PlayStation sand, Puerto sand, Iki Island. Yes, it includes the new Iki. So it's Ikishima or something like that. I think it's Ikishima. Because is Shima Island? I don't know. But I think it's Ikishima. So Ghost of Ikishima, right? You can keep director's cut if you want in there. And then say like a little bit includes Ghost of Tsushima with director's cut. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Come on, son. That's a no-brainer. And for like $20 or $30 or whatever it is, like extra, if you own the first game and they say, oh, it's $20 for the upgrade for the new content, okay. But people are so confused. They're like, wait a second. So wait, if I have the old one for the PlayStation 4, then I have to buy the director's cut. But if I buy the director's cut for PlayStation 4, I still have to upgrade to get the PlayStation 5 version. I'm like, yeah. This is why smart delivery smacks PlayStation, whatever they're doing over there. And this is all Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan's like, nope, we're going to have PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4 regular, PlayStation 5 regular, the PlayStation 4 upgrade, PlayStation 5 upgrade. I'm like, there's like 69 different versions of this damn game. And all it is a DLC patch. And it's what it is a DLC patch, and it's a next gen upgrade. But they charging for your next gen upgrade, and they're smashing it in with the DLC. How long is the DLC? Nobody knows. So that's the one thing. If it's like if it's 10 hours, then all right, cool, that's dope. If it's like 5 hours, then it's like, I hope it's real good. If it's less than 5 hours, we got problems. I'm gonna say it's probably around 5. I'm gonna say the new standard for additional content, let's just say, for PlayStation consoles, for PlayStation games and stuff. 5 hours, average 5 hours. Like, what was it? Ratchet and Clank. Well, there was a video out there that somebody beat it in 5 hours. It was a little bit. No, it was 6 hours. 6 hours. So 5 to 6. Let's say 6 hours. We'll be gentle. We'll say 6 hours. But if it's less than 6 hours, then what are we doing? You know. But anyway, I gotta go because my dogs are freaking out and Bridget needs help and there's freaking explosions happening outside. So. Gunny says Sony is doing the same with the newest Doom Eternal, I think it's called. Oh no, that's a whole. Your saves don't go over to the PlayStation 5 version. So if you have the PlayStation 4 version, and I guess you have to pay for the PlayStation 5 version or it's an upgrade or whatever. Your saves don't go over, so you have to play the whole thing from scratch. And I'm like, that's not even an issue on Xbox. Xbox got the cloud saves. I put in a game that I haven't played or I deleted and put it. Whatever Xbox I'm on, if I'm on a computer, I can load up Grounded. I played that yesterday. I can load it up here. Boom. Comes right up. It's all on the cloud. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So good. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Gunny Chief, Legend, Aloha, Kaijudo, Aloha. Blah, blah, blah. Brian, I appreciate you. Ed, appreciate you. Bridger, appreciate you. Everybody else in Discord, I'm not looking at Discord, so I can't say your name, but that's okay. I appreciate you all the same. But that being said, I'll be back tomorrow, definitely, because I'm still building stuff in Blender, trying to get this video done, and it's fun. I like to do it, and you know, I get work done and I stream at the same time. So if you want to check me out, I'll be around tomorrow sometime, probably around 7. I usually jump in around 7. And if you jump in the chat and you ask me questions, I will answer the questions. It doesn't have to be just about Blender. We can talk about video games all day long, baby. That's what's up. But I most definitely appreciate you guys for hanging in there, coming out, hanging out with me. Yeah. Tilt away.